meeting tonight on Tuesday, the 17th of March. I'd like to welcome my fellow councillors, the CEO and council officers here tonight, and all those viewing online. So we'll open the meeting at 2 minutes past 5. And we have one councillor that will be attending virtually, is Councillor Clark. Councillor Clark, I'll ask you to confirm verbally that you can see and hear all councillors and hear the proceedings.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I can see all councillors and hear everyone.
Thank you. And we can see and hear you too. Apologies, Madam CEO.
No apologies, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Statement of commitment. I'll read the statement of commitment and then ask each councillor to reaffirm. As councillors of Mansfield Shire, we are committed to ensuring our behaviour meets the standards set by the Model Councillor Code of Conduct. We will, at all times, faithfully represent and uphold the trust placed in us by the community. Councillor Tehan.
I confirm my commitment, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Treasure.
I confirm my commitment.
Thank you. Councillor Clark.
I confirm my commitment, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Brenny.
I confirm my commitment, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. And I confirm my commitment. Deputy Mayor, to the acknowledgement of country, please.
Yeah, our meeting is being held on the traditional lands of the Taungurung people. We wish to acknowledge them as the traditional custodians and pay our respects to the elders past and present. We extend that respect to all members of our community.
Thank you. Item 6, disclosure of conflicts of interest. I'll ask each councillor in turn whether they have a conflict of interest on any agenda item tonight. Councillor Tehan.
I have no conflicts.
Thank you. Councillor Treasure.
No conflicts on tonight's agenda, please, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Clark.
I have one conflict, Mr. Mayor, for item 13.3.1.
13.3.1, roger that. Thank you. Councillor Brenny.
I have a conflict to declare for item 18.2 in the confidential agenda.
Thanks, Councillor Brenny. And I have no conflicts of interest tonight. The confirmation of minutes is a recommendation for us for the last meeting. Councillor Brenny.
I move the motion that the minutes of the Mansfield Shire Council meeting held on 17 February 2026 and 3rd March 2026 be confirmed as accurate record.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Councillor Treasure. All those in favour? Carried. Item 8, representations. There are nil. Item 9, notices of motion. There are none. Item 10 is the Mayor's report, which I'll take as read. Councillor Tehan.
I'll move that Council receives the Mayor's report for the period 18th of February 2026 to the 11th of March 2026.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Clark. All those in favour? Motion carried. Item 11 is the reports from council appointed representatives. The Australia Day Awards Committee has not met. The Goulburn Murray Climate Alliance.
Yes, we have met. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We met on the 5th of March, which was Thursday 2 weeks ago. It was good, another good meeting, quarterly meeting. Discuss the strategic direction of the GMCA over the next 4 years, and the EO is going through a process of collecting what the councils are wanting to get out of that, which I am yet to do, but I'm booked in next week. Acknowledging the slim budgets of a lot of councils and how we can get better bang for the buck, as Mr. Mayor would say, and become more self-supporting, and see if we can sort of fill a bit of a gap left by Sustainability Victoria going forward. The GMCA organised a workshop in Benalla on April 30th which was about climate risk and financing resilience, and that was in partnership with the catchment management authorities, Golden Broken and the North East, as well as some presentations from the North Central CMA. And that was really great, great workshops, and to see what other councils are doing in practice in this space and how you can sort of generate some income potentially through nature-based solutions. And then the only outcome or action from the quarterly meeting was that I'm working with some other councillors, potentially organising a workshop at the Climate Alliance conference later in the year, to see how we can work better and get a bit of the urban-rural divide to be bridged, and see if we can get some money out of the city to help us with some projects. That's all.
Thanks, Councillor Brenny. Hume Regional Local Government Network has not met. The Mansfield Shire Council Audit and Risk Committee did meet, and they have an agenda. They met and they have an agenda item tonight, 15.1, with their assessment, and I'll briefly read it out. Overall, the committee is satisfied that the appropriate systems and processes are in place, and we're operating effectively. Where improvements have been identified, management has taken steps to address them, and the committee will continue to monitor progress and support council in maintaining sound governance and financial management. So, as I said, that'll be later on in the agenda. Mansfield Shire CEO Employment Matters Committee has met, and they put a recommendation to council in the on the special meeting of council, which I think was the 3rd of March, which was a confidential meeting. The Municipal Association of Victoria has not met. The North East Local Government Waste and Recovery Forum, Councillor Brenny.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We did meet. That was on the same Thursday, March the 5th. Busy day. We met over in the Benalla Chambers. It's a smaller group than the total attendance, but it was a very passionate group. We had a good mix of representatives there from Alpine Resorts and some other of the other shires. Just wanted to acknowledge how good it is to have James Alcanes on, Senior Coordinator for Waste from Mansfield. He's become involved with that forum and is really progressing it, as well as Tori Fair, who's joined as a project officer. Trying to get a bit more of strategic direction for this forum as well, especially with that gap with Sustainability Victoria and the circular economy, and how we could feature a bit more in the circular economy out here in the regions, especially relating to, say, glass advocacy and the need to have a better solution for rural municipalities compared to that of urban centres. So we discussed the creating a joint advocacy position and furthering what has already been done in that space. And then had an external presentation from Boomerang Alliance, and they're a group that's aiming to increase the refund in the CDS scheme to 20 cents a container, noting that overseas they're getting about 80 to 90% returns on their containers, and they're pushing for more of a 50 cent return. And there was a lot of good operational discussion between all of the council officers there, so hoping that that could be where this forum really progresses in that space. And the next meeting for that is in June, so we'll keep pushing and report back then.
Thanks, Councillor Brenny. Rural Council of Victoria did not meet. Station Precinct Museum Community Asset Committee did not meet, but I'm pretty sure it's meeting this week. And the Taungurung Local Government Forum did not meet. So that's it for item 11. Recommendation, Councillor Treasurer.
Recommend that council note the verbal reports provided by councillors in relation to their representation on internal and external committees.
Thank you. Have we got a second? Councillor Clark. All those in favour? Motion's carried. Item 12, public question times. There are no questions tonight. Item 13.1 is the Chief Executive Officer's report. Councillors, over to you for any questions to the CEO. If no questions, doesn't look like it. Councillor Teague.
I'll move that council receive and note the Chief Executive Officer's report for the period 1st of February 2026 to the 28th of February 2026.
Thank you. I've got a seconder, Councillor Treasure. Councillor Teague, you've moved the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thanks.
Councillor Treasure, second the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr Mayor.
Does any other councillor want to speak against the motion? For the motion, put the motion to a vote. All those in favour? Motion's carried. Item 13.2.1 is Destination Management Action Plan, and the responsible officer is Mr. Gareth McDonald, Senior Coordinator Economic Development. Welcome, Gareth, to our meeting tonight. Councillors, have you got any questions for Mr. McDonald in this item?
Yeah, I've got one, Mr. McDonald, the plan, the action plan states that by 2028, we will have an average of 850,000 overnight visitations per year. How is that figure determined? And obviously, what percentage increase do we use to calculate that, and how will we accommodate 850,000 people?
So through you, Mr Mayor, that figure on there originally comes from our sustainable tourism plan, which we used a lot of data that we received from various things, tourism association data, Tourism Northeast, all the people that we work with to get to that figure. And I guess to say how we will accommodate that figure is where these plans do, sort of really take effect to work out how we can sustainably manage that. Looking at our accommodation, what we have available, what we may need in that, and also to manage that growth figure responsibly, so that it's not sort of all in one area or all on one particular time frame, all on weekends, all that sort of thing. So yeah, it is a challenge, but yeah, those sort of plans to address those through the actions in those.
Right, and is it it's an annual growth rate of 5.7%. That correct? Is that how? Yeah, that's what we're working on.
Yeah,
which is pretty significant increase
Yes.
year on year, isn't it?
Yeah, so year on year, and yeah, that is, as I said, sort of taken from that data from a regional level as well. So looking at growth across the whole Northeast too.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I might add, sorry, I just to help, because we've worked with Gareth on this one, is we're talking about an increase in overnight stays. So some of that will also be converting existing day visitor to people that might stay overnight, because they tend to spend more on our local businesses when they stay overnight. So rather than coming in and going out in one day, it's trying to encourage some of those people who are already coming to stay the night and spend some more money locally, rather than going in and out all the time.
Okay, and one of the benefits of that it states in the plan is improved facilities such as roads, public transport, and recreational facilities. What can you explain how the plan identifies public transport improvements, or what they are?
Yeah, so through you, Mr. Mayor, it would be probably more an advocacy piece around that to address those increased tourism numbers and how we can handle that. Whether it is that we look at V-line services, bus services, local transport services that may be available. So yeah, probably more of an advocacy piece around that. And we can share that data back up to state levels with the increase of traffic and everything that's coming up here to say, you know, this is the impact of that. And then yeah, potentially feed that back in for advocacy higher to those levels.
Because that probably is the only public transport we really have, is the V-line bus in Melbourne, isn't it? Which runs twice a day.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're talking 850,000 people. That's not gonna. There's not going to be many people coming on public transport, is there?
Only one or two a day.
Yeah. The plan also highlights the fact that there is 1,900 Airbnb properties in Mansfield Shire. Is that
So 19, so we're talking beds?
well? I think properties at states. So
Yeah, so so the 1,900 properties across the Shire. So there is we use various things together. There's AirDNA, which is a website that tracks that for us as well, that we can get data from. So that is at that current time, which was pulled from that sustainable tourism plan. Yeah, so there is a big amount.
And that's on top of 1,015 rooms.
Correct.
It's a lot of Airbnbs.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's the only questions I have.
Councillor Breen?
Through you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, thank you.
Question without notice. Say a town like Bright, what sort of growth are they experiencing?
I'd have to take that on notice. Yeah,
Sure. Would that be a similar amount of visitors they would experience, or more or less?
I would. Yeah, I'll take it on notice. I would assume it would be a similar amount of growth for the region in general through our tourism-based data that we get. But Mansfield is in our population growth as well, combined with that growth too. So, yeah, I'll take it on notice and get the actual figure.
Yeah. And does this plan sit alongside what Tourism Northeast do, or is it just our own?
Yeah, so through you, Mr. Mayor, we did work with Tourism Northeast on our sustainable tourism plan that we developed that alongside that, and also the state, Visit Victoria, and other sort of state goals as well for tourism, so that they will align nicely together. So the Destination Management Action Plan was an action out of our sustainable tourism plan, which will get down to a more granular level, so it all flows through quite nicely.
Okay. Thank you.
Councillor Clark?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wondering, what data have we collected or are we seeing on like net economic impact on our businesses and like viability, local jobs and things like that? And how are we collecting that at the moment?
Yeah, so through you, Mr. Mayor, we do rely on data that is available for free that we can get through Tourism Research Australia. We do have some data available through the ID platform as well that we use. But as far as direct economic impact, we don't have a set of data that we have access to locally to do that. So it is through direct business engagement, surveys with our economic development officers that we go out and take to really try and understand that local impact on those. There are multipliers and things like that available as an industry sort of standard that we do apply as well and use.
Are there any plans in place to standardize that kind of data collection for the sake of these maps in the future?
We are looking at what's available at the moment to sort of see what we can possibly use into the future to get those. And then, yeah, there has been a recent sort of data change in tourism data, how that's presented. So over the past year, that's changed. So we do have to have a look at how that's shifted and how that works in to update what we do.
Great, thank you.
Any more questions, councillors? In that case, I'll ask for a motion. Councillor Bruni?
I'll move motion that council endorses the Destination Management Action Plan 2025 to 2028.
Thank you. And a seconder, Councillor Treasure? Councillor Bruni, you've put the motion up. Do you want to speak to it?
Yes, thank you. Just to say that we are the best little shire in the world, so it's understandable people want to come and visit. And I think it's great to have a coordinated plan about how we deal with it sustainably, in the sense of how we limit the fluctuations and sort of spread it out across the year. It's an exciting place to be, and so many things on the calendar. So excited to see where it goes going ahead.
Totally agree. Councillor Treasure, you second the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Would any councillor like to speak against the motion or for the motion? I'll put councillor T and you
I'd
want to
like-
speak for the
Yeah,
motion.
I'll speak to the motion, but I just, those figures I find quite alarming. That amount of people that are actually going to be coming through this shire, and I think we really need, we love talking about growth figures, 5-6%. They're a hell huge percentage, but we've got to make sure we're well equipped to deal with all these people. I mean, it's not just getting people here en masse. A lot of people, local people who've been here a long time are already talking about, can we move around on weekends? Can we get to, to appointments, facilities, shopping, all that sort of stuff. So I think we've got to really take that into account. And I know this plan talks about it, but I think it should be a high priority of the plan to deal with that stuff, those types of figures. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll put the motion to a vote. All those in favour of the motion? That motion is carried. Thank you, Mr. McDonald, for coming in tonight. And those questions without notice, which is what it's all about. Item 13.3.1, and Councillor Clark has a conflict of interest. So can we send Councillor Clark to the breakout room, please? Just confirming, Councillor Clark, you're in the breakout room. Yep, that's good. Thank you. IT. Item 13.3.1 is the Bonnie Doon Community Asset Committee, and the responsible officer, Strategic Property Program Manager, Renee Archibald's here tonight. Welcome, Renee. Councillors, over to you. Take it as read. So any questions? All right, well, there's a recommendation in front of us. Councillor Treasure.
I'd like to move the motion for the recommendation as listed on page 16 of the tonight's agenda, please, Mr. Mayor. Yes, you would like me to read it all out?
No, I don't. Page 16. Councillor Brenny.
Second motion.
Thank you. Councillor Treasure. Put that motion up. Do you want to speak to it?
Or just to say that I think it's great that we allowing the communities to take control of their own public assets and have a vested interest.
Thank you. And Councillor Brenny, you second the motion. Do you want to speak to it? Does anyone want to speak against the motion? To the motion? Put the motion to a vote. All those in favour of the motion? Motion's carried. Thank you, Renee. You got out of it pretty easy tonight, didn't you? I didn't think it was going to be that easy. Councillor Clark, welcome back. Just for your information, motion was carried. Item 13.4.1 is the mid-year report 2025-26 council plan actions. Responsible officer, executive manager, community health and wellbeing, Janique Schneider, and welcome Janique tonight. Ms. Schneider, I should say. Councillors, have you got any questions? I'll call for a motion then.
Sorry.
Oh, you've got a question. Yep.
Question, Mr. Mayor. Just Ms. Snyder, the the theme 3, an effective and efficient council. There's a couple of things there. The Department of Energy, Environment and Climate Action Station Precinct new dog park for 250,000. Is that is there a co-contribution from council for that Station Precinct New Dog Park.
Yes, through
What
you,
is
Mr.
it?
Mayor, I will refer that to the Syria.
Yeah, it's through you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Yep.
It was 75,000 from memory was towards that dog park.
From council contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of which I think is in kind, so or in services that council will be undertaking in terms of like our field services team undertaking work, you know, to construct the park and help install some of the items in it.
Okay, and the Sport and Rec Victoria Mansfield Laps, as in learner accessible pool scheme packages for $1 million. $1 million infrastructure project. What's all that? Where's all that going to? Is
Through
that
you, Mr.
designated?
Mayor, I believe it's for a roof on the still baby pool, like a pool for the toddlers.
No, sorry, through you, Mr. Mayor, it's the learners pool.
The learners pool,
Yeah.
yeah, not the little one, the other one. Yeah.
Learner.
Yeah, it's pool. Yeah.
And the 46,000 is for stakeholder engagement regarding an ability impaired population. So it's actually making sure we're engaging with the community.
Yeah.
And through you, Mr. Mayor, right, just add there's some improvements to the change rooms as well. And to the splash play where the toddlers pool is, that's what
Yeah.
Slider was referring to. There's a new splash play area going in where the toddlers pool is at the moment.
Right. And the change rooms, is that the ones that the football club are going to access the visitor? Yeah, so that comes under this scheme as well.
Yeah, there's a what they called a winterization of the change rooms was part of the part of the pool grant. The actual expansion of the change rooms is actually part of Play Our Way. So
Okay.
yeah. So making it so that it's all sealed up and there's not a lot of cold air blowing through in winter is part of this the LAPS grant. Yeah. So there's a connection through from where the roof will be over the pool, over the learners pool, and that will then be connected to the expanded change rooms, which are paid for through the Play Our Way grant.
Okay, that's good. And one more, just the Civica, the platform for finance, payroll and customer requests. How's that all new enterprise? How's all that working out?
Through Mr. Mayor, I don't think it's going to work there, but I think I'll defer that to maybe the GM for investment and planning.
I'm happy to take that question. Yeah, through you, Mr. Mayor, it's that, you know, with any change in IT systems, there's always a period of time where staff adjust. We've gone through a bit of an adjustment period while they've had a downtime and have got up and running, but we're starting to see, we went live on the 8th of December. We're starting to see some real improvements in terms of processing and things like that. An example is payment of invoices, requisitions, purchase orders are a lot simpler process than we were dealing with before. So there's definitely a lot of time savings there. We're still pulling together the benefits as they come to light more specifically. One today, for an example, was we've found a way that it's allowing us to import all the fuel costs directly into the system with all the different odometer readings. So we'll be able to do a lot more analysis on fuel usage, particularly with now we're thinking about the price of fuel. So things like that are now able to go in without any manual processing. So there's a lot of stuff that we're finding we're able to do with the new system we weren't before. But there's already been some definitely improvements in terms of efficiencies. And I think particularly in our accounts payable and accounts receivable areas have found the most of them in the first instance, but the rest will come to light as we go.
And if I can add through you, Mr. Mayor, also I think it allows system checks and balances as a improved layer of verification too, so that things that were done manually, the delegations are loaded into the system so that someone can't inadvertently, be approving something that they're not allowed to approve. So I think it's another layer of verification and governance, really.
Absolutely.
Very good. Thank you.
Good questions. I'm looking for a motion now.
I just have one question through you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, sorry.
Hi, just noting that the only action on there with 0% complete is the work with the climate action plan, including installation of solar arrays in council buildings. And given the recent storm events, becoming more autonomous over our energy sources, it's a good thing to do for resilience. Is there any plan on changing that for the remainder of the?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, I will also defer that to either CEO or the GM. Thank you.
Through Mr. Mayor, yeah, we have items in the capital works program. One of them being the solar on the Mansfield Community Centre. So that's scheduled for this year. There is also some planned on the sporting complex roof, but we're just going to make sure that we have the roof repairs done first. So that will be done as soon as the roof repairs are done. So yeah, happy to say there's 2 going in this year, and yeah, look, we have some planned every year in our capital works plan.
Right.
I'm happy to move.
I'll call for a mover for the motion then. Thank you.
Okay. I'll move that council receives the council plan 2025-2029 half year report for 2025-2026 actions.
Thank you, councillor Teen, and I go to second to councillor Clark. Councillor Teen, move the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, all good.
Councillor Clark, second the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Would any councillor like to speak against this motion? For this motion? I will put the motion to a vote. All those in favour of the motion? That motion is carried. Thank you. And we're up to item 13.5.1. Thank you, Ms. Schneider. Sorry. S6 Instrument of Delegation Members of Staff, Responsible Officer, Coordinator, Governance and Risk, Ms. Daly. Welcome. Been here all along, but now you're in view of the camera. Councillors, any questions? Councillor Clark.
Just one, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ms. Daly, can you just give us a quick overview of any of the significant changes that have happened from the previous to now?
Yeah, the main change was one position title was updated, but mainly to incorporate the S6A, which was put in as an interim instrument in December, just to reflect the changes to the planning environment. So that's now within S6, removing the requirement for S6A. Otherwise, it's still basically the exact same.
Excellent, thank you. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Any other questions? I will call for a motion. Councillor Treasure.
I would like to move the motion as recommended on page 25 of tonight's agenda.
Thank you. Seconder, Councillor Brenny. Councillor Treasure moved the motion. Do you want to speak to the?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Brenny is second. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Would any councillor like to speak against this motion? For this motion? I'll put the motion to a vote. All those in favour of the motion? Motion is carried. Don't go away, Ms. Daly, because item 13.5.2 is the mid-year report, local government performance reporting framework 2025-26. Councillors, any questions on this agenda item tonight? No questions? I'll be looking for a motion.
I'll move a motion that council note the mid-year report on the local government performance reporting framework indicators for the period 1st July 2025 to 31st December 2025.
Thank you, councillor Brennan. Have I got a seconder? Councillor Clark. Councillor Brennan, you move the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Clark, you second the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Any councillor want to speak against this motion or for the motion? Councillor Tian.
Yeah, I'd just like to speak for the motion. I think these local governments performance reports are really handy for us, but they're only probably good if we can back them up against past performance. So I'm hoping that in the next report that we get with these, obviously at the end of the financial year, we can report against the previous and perhaps other small local shires, if we're able to obtain that data on how we're performing against them, just because by themselves they look good, but mid-year ones there, we can judge them against last year, but if we can do it year on year, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, good point. Thanks, councillor Tian. Councillors, I'm going to put this motion to a vote. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Item 14, council meeting resolution action status register. Take that as read. Looking for a motion, councillors. Councillor Brennan, you had your hand up. You can't put it up and down. What is it, up?
Up.
Okay.
I'll move a motion that council receive and note the Mansfield Shire Council meeting resolution actions status register as at 9th of March 2026.
Thank you. And I'll, councillor Treasure, second. Councillor Brennan, move the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Treasure, second the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Anyone want to speak against this motion or for the motion? In that case, I'll put this motion to a vote. Those in favour? Motion is carried. Item 15.1 is the Audit and Risk Committee meeting agenda and minutes. That report's in front of you. We will take that as read. And have you got any? Well, it's not a question. It's a report to be tabled for you. So, I'd like a mover for the motion, please. Councillor Treasure.
I'd like to move that the council receive the agenda and minutes of the Mansfield Shire Audit and Risk Committee meeting held 2nd of March 2026.
Thanks. And I saw Councillor T and you had your hand up for second.
Happy to second it.
Yep. Councillor T, sorry, Councillor Treasurer, move the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor T, and you second the motion. Do you want to speak to it?
No.
Does any councillor want to speak against this motion? Or for the motion? Make one quick comment about it. I'm on the Audit and Risk Committee with Councillor Treasure. It's functioning extremely well. We've got some very, very smart people on that committee. Our external committee members are very switched on, and they're very happy with how we're travelling at the moment. From what came out of this report was that they're happy with the progress, and if there are small things, we get onto it immediately. So I was very happy with the report. So I'll put that that motion up for a vote. All those in favour? That is carried. Yes. Item 15.2 is the Audit and Risk Committee Chair's report. And the responsible officer is Ms. Daly again. No, you don't have to go into the, you know, we're here. So, So any questions on the chair's report? In that case, I'm looking for a motion. Councillor Tehan,
Yeah, I'll move that council receives and notes the Mansfield Shire Audit and Risk Committee report describing the activities, findings and recommendations for the 6 months ending 31st of December 2025.
thank you. Seconder, Councillor Treasurer. Councillor Tehan,
No, I mean, I think you already talked about the overall assessment that that committee has given, so I think enough said.
thank you. Councillor Treasurer. Great, thanks. Anyone want to speak against the motion or for that motion? If not, I'll put that motion to a vote. All those in favour? Motion is carried. Authorisation of sealing of documents, agenda item 16 is nil. Agenda item 17, a closure of meeting to members of the public so that we can go into a confidential meeting. I'm looking for a motion. Councillor Clark.
I'd like to move that council close the meeting to members of the public under section 66(2)(a) of the Local Government Act 2020 to consider confidential reports in accordance with section 66(2) of the Local Government Act 2020 for reasons set out in section 18 below.
Thank you. I'm calling for a seconder. Councillor Treasurer. All those in favour of that motion? That motion is carried. We will break out for a confidential meeting and we'll be back hopefully shortly or later. Okay, welcome back, everybody. While we were in the confidential council meeting, there were 2 items discussed and 2 tenders awarded. One was for the fenced dog park, which you'll find out about because our media department will release that, the finer details of that. And the second one was the contract for the goods shed has been awarded to the building club for $791,503 so that's good. Work, councillors. So I'll call the close of the meeting, but before I do that, I'd like to thank you all for watching our meeting tonight. Thank you, councillors, for your attendance and hard work on reading all the council agendas. And on that note, thank you, CEO and council officers. And on that note, thanks for watching. We'll close the meeting at 18:19 hours on Tuesday. Thanks. Bye. Yep. All free.